Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. So in this video, I want to talk about black people calling other black people coons. First of all, don't do it. It's the highest of highest insults. Just because you play the game differently or choose not to play the game at all doesn't mean that you need to refer to somebody else who's playing it a little differently than you or has different ideals. I guess I want to be specific, but I don't want to be specific because I don't want to fight with the person who said who said what I'm upset about, because I don't think it's worth fighting with them specifically over, but just this idea in general. So we feel a little personally affected or upset when black businesses choose to do things that we don't feel that they should do as a black business. We are a minority, being African Americans or black people in America, right? A minority in this country. The majority owns and runs everything. So there are some black people who are about making their money, and I full on support. A lot of black people got upset when BET sold to Viacom. It was no longer black owned. Everybody was up in arms and upset, and BET went undercover for a couple of years, and then they came back out strong, and now everyone loves BET, and no one's claiming or crying about the fact that they sold to a bigger, I guess, white company, right? So when smaller black businesses choose to open up their doors and choose to open up who they sell to, I really don't think it's fair for some of us, especially those of us who aren't business owners, those of us who have no intentions on doing anything but talk, to help perpetuate or support the black community. I mean, listen, if you're an activist, I'm 100% down with you and you're the reason why social change happens. But like, when you're not the ones who own businesses and who invest in black companies and make it so that black people are supported in technologies, if you're not supporting HBCUs with your financial gain from your activism, you don't have any right to comment on what and where black people do and put their money. Okay, so if a black business chooses to change their demographic or at least open up their demographic, that is their choice. And there are other black businesses in the market that we can choose from if you choose not to go with them. If you feel like they've sold out or they're cooning or they're doing things that you don't appreciate, that's fine. You don't have to appreciate it because, again, you don't have stock in that company, nor do you have your own company. Let these people run their businesses the way they see fit, because the United States of black Americans isn't going to pay for their lives or their lifestyle. If black people want to get rich off of white people's money, let them. I 100% support that. And I think it's very damaging to us as a community, and especially when you admit that this country, black Americans, are not a monolith in this country. Okay, there are people who don't play the game. There are people who play the game. There are people who want to start their own game. There are people who are like, F the Oscars. Let's start our own Oscars. Yeah, that's great. And I support them. And we want to judge Jada, and we talk about Jada and Will, and we talk about Oprah, we talk about Tyler Perry, and we talk about all these black people who have all this power and influence and wonder why they're not starting or whatever, and wondering why they're not doing whatever. But what are you doing? Okay, Oprah did what she had to do. Will and Jada did what they had to do. Tyler Perry did and I don't even agree with Tyler, but it makes him money, so I cannot knock his hustle, and I cannot knock the fact that Tyler Perry keeps black Hollywood working. Tyler, put me in your movies, Tyler. So please, before you go and call somebody a coon for making their money and doing what they have to do, you need to check and see what you're doing to add, because you talking on Twitter or, being at the front lines of a Black Lives Matter movement, which is important, shouldn't negate what they're doing. You shouldn't think that your activism or your way of solving the black plight in America is better than anybody else's. So that's all I really have to say about that. And I don't want to get specific, and I don't want to start any trouble, but I want to say that we just really need to be careful about who we're calling a coon, and how, we talk about all this black support and supporting each other, but when a company or a person does something that you don't agree with and you don't feel is black enough, or you feel is pandering to the mainstream, then you want to judge them. And then you want to say, oh, they did this. That's fine. Judge them personally. There are people that I don't agree with, even the people I don't agree with and how they do their business. I have two choices. I could either not use their product, or I could. I don't have to get on Twitter talking about how I don't like them. I don't have to bash them in the public. What does it matter? I thought we supported black people. But I guess we only support them when they're doing things the way we think they should be doing it. And that's not right. Support them or don't support them, but you don't need to like, yell out how someone is cooning or how they're doing this and how they're doing that. Tyler Perry, please put me in your movies. Okay, guys, that's all I had to say. This is really quick, and you guys are probably like, what is she talking about? But I'm talking about something specific, but I'm also talking about in general because this is something that has been weighing on me. Okay, guys, have a fantastic day.